Sisters and brothers, welcome to the 24th Sunday in an ordinary time. Before you decide to join any organization, you should be sure of two things. What is the identity and goal of the organization? Secondly, what is your job profile? The Gospel of Mark, from which we ordinarily read during the Sundays of this liturgical year, answers the above two fundamental questions. If one wants to join the organization of Jesus, one needs to know the identity and mission of Jesus and what it means to be a follower of Jesus. The readings of this Sunday, especially the Gospel, unambiguously answer the above questions. In fact, all 16 chapters of the Gospel of Mark answer two questions. Who is Jesus and who is a disciple? In other words, if Jesus is the Christ, the Messiah, how do I follow him? Like in the other parts of the Gospels, the secret of the identity of Jesus is gradually revealed like in a drama. In the first chapter, for example, the demon says, "I know who you are. You are truly the Son of the Most High." Likewise, in chapter 4, when Jesus calms the turbulent sea, the disciples are surprised. They ask, "Who is this one? Who is he who has power over the wind and the sea obey him?" Exactly in the middle of the Gospel, which is the passage for today, Peter, the spokesperson for the disciples of Jesus, declares the identity of Jesus as a response to the question raised by Jesus. The answer is, "You are the Christ." The setting for today's Gospel at Caesarea Philippi makes the profession of Peter all the more powerful and very significant. Caesarea Philippi was home to Herod Philip, son of Herod the Great, who expanded the city and added his own name, Philippi, Caesarea Philippi. Herod the Great had earlier constructed a temple there to honor the Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar, who in his lifetime declared himself a god and demanded his subjects worship him. The temple was known as Augusteum. Ironically, it is in this city, under the shadow of the temple dedicated to the Roman emperor, that Peter boldly declared Jesus as the Messiah, the Mashiach, the Anointed One. Friends, Jews have been longing for a Messiah, a liberator who will once again bring liberation to the people of Israel and make it the light of the world. Remember, when Samuel anointed David as the king, the Spirit of God rushed upon David, and that's when he became the Mashiach, the Messiah, the Anointed. Prophets after prophets, Psalms after Psalms, expressed this longing of the people of God for a new David, the new warrior king who would liberate the people once again, now from the clutches of the Roman rule. Peter had no difficulty in recognizing Jesus as the Christ. In fact, what he expressed was his own idea of Christ, a glorious warrior Messiah. And he could not accept the correct idea of the Messiah given to him by Jesus and what it entails to be a follower of Jesus. Jesus is not a populist Messiah according to the whims and fancies of the masses. The Messiah, unlike the Davidic Messiah of the expectations of people, this Jesus must suffer, be rejected, be killed, and rise again. And he is not a glorious Messiah, not a David, not a military leader, but a suffering servant described clearly in the first reading of the day from Isaiah chapter 50. Peter could not accept that type of a Messiah, and he started rebuking Jesus. Can you imagine a disciple scolding the master? Peter takes Jesus aside and scolds him, rebukes him. In the Greek original, the word used is epithemao, the very same word Mark uses for Jesus when he rebukes demons, evil spirits, and the Satan. There is a Peter side in each one of us. Our resistance to follow the way of Jesus. What Peter declared was orthodoxy, right opinion, right thinking, right theology. However, orthodoxy, the right opinion, demands orthopraxis, right behavior, right pattern in harmony with the opinion expressed. The response of Jesus to Peter is one of the most startling and disturbing lines in the entire Bible. Get behind me, Satan! Your thinking is not what God thinks. In the parallel passage in the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 18, Jesus called Simon Petros, Peter, the rock, and on that rock he would establish his church. As the refusal of Peter to accept the suffering of the Messiah and the challenges of discipleship, Peter the rock becomes now a stumbling block. No more the foundation of the church, foundation stone for the church. What does it mean to be Satan? Peter is called Satan. Satan or Satana in Greek does not have the popular idea that we have in our mind of Satan or devil. Traditionally, Satan is depicted with horns, protruding teeth, or long claws, a tail, and unusually hairy legs, and is often holding a pitchfork. However, in the Bible, Satan or Satana is the adversary of God, one who opposes God, one who obstructs God's ways, one who blocks God's pattern of thinking. For each of us too, there are no detours from the cross. Life sometimes cannot be treated always with anesthesia and yields its best result without pain. If a caterpillar remains to be a caterpillar, it will not become a butterfly. A fetus is meant to develop into a baby who then develops into an adult. If one remains in the security of the first stage and clings to it, it would be disastrous for that person. Sorrow and suffering are part of all life. Our cross can come in manifold ways, in the form of old age and interminable disease, failure in exams, an intolerable spouse, or even death. Jesus does not promise us to deliver us from difficulties. However, He promises to stand by us and help us in our struggle. And that is the guarantee that all of us have. As the famous song of Stamp Hill goes, I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand. But I know who holds me. I know He holds my tomorrow. Friends, have a wonderful Sunday and may God bless you.